Another question that I'm asked often is, where are we going with the lighting industry in architecture? Or where are we going with the lighting industry at large? Leaving aside Broadway and theater, yeah? Installation art, etc. A lot has changed. I'm fortunate in that I started in the profession in the early 90s. Through my education at the Lighting Research Center and then working in different cities in the United States and then overseas, I've been able to see trends. I've been able to see real technology changes. I've been able to somehow predict that certain things were going to change because I was open to change. That's the only constant, change, right? So here's what happened. In the early 2000s, mid 2000s, every conference that I spoke at, I would say that the lighting design profession is going to change completely and drastically by 2020. We are in 2020 now, and I can tell you that what I said wasn't far from the truth at all. Of course, at that time when I said that, I would be attracting a lot of controversy. They'll be like, well, what do you mean that it's going to change? Well, a lot of us will be out of jobs. A lot of us would be irrelevant. We'll be replaced by the software because what we're delivering are light levels that can be done by using a software. That's exactly what happened. I also said a lot of the lighting design profession will be subsumed by manufacturers and vendors. Vendors are salespeople, right? That's exactly what happened. The other thing I said is that if we don't find our relevance, which is in thought leadership, charging into innovation and creating new directions, we will be lost in the woods. That's also what happened. Because we don't have a direction. We are responding to an architectural project, but we don't really know where this profession is going. Well, it's a service. I mean, what do you expect from it? It's, you provide lighting. The point I'm making is that a lot of this is getting replaced by software. It's a known fact, right? So, where's the future? Well, the future is in cross-pollination with other fields. So whether it is product design, sound therapy, color, combining that into utilizing it for creating holistic spaces. We're also going to be overpowered by the whole software move. Let's embrace it. The other thing is the Internet of Things, IoT, right? Everything is becoming IP-based addresses. So all devices, all lighting devices will have an IP base. It's going to become a data-based system, not a power-based system. It's already happening. I would say give it another 5 years or so before it is majority of the projects. Power over Ethernet, PoE, IoT, all of these things are already here. So where else is the profession headed? A big trend, which I think is here to stay, and it will become a mainstay for the profession, is that finally we will all be focusing more on the health and wellness aspects of lighting, beyond circadian, hopefully. But at least in the book, we talk about beyond circadian stimuli, rhythms, etc. There's a section which is devoted to our research on health and wellness as a sidebar. But the profession is finally going to be intently focused on the human angle. What do human beings see, feel? How do they emote? How is their health? All of that will come to the forefront. You have to remember that when lighting design was first recognized as a profession in the 60s and the 70s, it's not been that long, it was always about what do we do about the space. We have this architectural material, we have this height, we have this kind of a volume. These are the kind of light levels we need, right? It didn't speak really about the human being. It spoke more about the architecture. There was architectural conceit in there. Now, in 2020 and beyond, we're going to see a lot more engagement in the health and wellness aspect of light. We're excited because I started the Healthy Lighting Studio at AWA about 4 years ago. And all we do is focus on new research and seeing how we can install it in our architectural practice, in our design practice, and also, interestingly, debunking or seeing the limitations of many claims that are being made. It's important because people are coming in with ridiculous claims about what they can do with this, that, and the other thing. I'll give you blue light at this time, and I'll give you that light at that time, and that would change everything in your world, which is rubbish. So, being a research-based design studio that I run here in New York, this is one of the things that we focus on. And we're excited on what the future will bring in the contributions that the studio can make with our research and helping people, at the end, creating joy and prosperity through lighting and architecture.